Hey friends, Catherine here. So we have been working on dotting this painting for the last couple of days and we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. You might notice there's a paintbrush in my hand. We're still going to be dotting, but we are going to be doing a field of foxglove in the foreground. To do that, what I'm going to be doing is taking this brush and laying down stems first, and then coming back through and dotting foxglove onto those stems afterward. The paints that we will be using today for this is the Apple Barrel Christmas Green for the stems. And we've also got a Folk Art Purple Lilac, a Craft Essentials Neon Purple, and the Craft Essentials Violet. So those are going to be the four colors we are going to be doing the foxglove out of, the stem and the flowers. Let's start it out. Let's see, the first thing that we're going to want to do is lay down the stems because the flowers are going to be painted over the top of them. So let's grab out our Christmas green, and there we go, and our paintbrush, and we should probably actually start from the bottom and curve our way up. But just kind of paint a curve all the way from the bottom of the canvas if we can. That way it goes off of the picture, and then smaller as it ascends. There we go. And there. That's turning out kind of nicely. Oh, I dipped my arm in the paint because of course I did. I'm just going to be a little bit green now, that's fine. And maybe a tiny little baby one right down here. There we go. Okay, so that's going to be good for the stems. We'll set that brush aside, wash it out later. And then grab our purples and start them out from the lightest. So that's the Folk Art Purple Lilac. Then the Craft Essentials Neon Purple. And then the Craft Essentials Violet. Okay. Got our colors all laid out. And we are going to take our largest daughter, the cuticle oil applicator, and start down at the bottom of each of these stems. Just put a great big dot of violet on the inside of the curve. And then maybe a second one. And then step down to our next smallest size, but continue with the violet. So that's the pencil. And put another dot. Or two, as I've clearly now decided I'm going to be doing. And actually we're going to need some more of that violet. There we go. And I think on this one that should have a third one, but the rest of them can go with two. And then switch over to our skewer and do the same thing, maybe but three this time. Except for that small one, which only gets two. And maybe a fourth one. Okay. And then go over to our neon purple and do another dot with the skewer. And then over to the dotting tool, maybe, still with the neon purple, and dot even further up. And then the smaller end of the dotting tool, one more, just for good measure. Okay. Now what we're going to do is let this dry and come back in like 20 minutes and dot over these first dots. So I will see you guys in another 20 minutes or so. See you in a bit. Alright, so it's been like half an hour and the paint on the canvas is mostly dry, but the stuff I left on the palette is still good. So we are ready to roll with the next step. We're going to grab back out our biggest daughter, and instead of going into the violet this time, we're going to go into the neon purple and do a dot sort of downward and away from the stem on each of the previous dots. So it's not entirely covering the previous dots, it's just sort of down and away from the stem. And I am going to need some more paint for this, so I can already tell that's not going to be enough. Let's let out a little bit more and try and see if we can't get some nice dots down and away from the stem from each of those previous large dots. So on each of the largest ones that we did previously. We're going to just match the size all the way up until we get to the ones that are the neon purple. And then we're going to go to the lavender for that. Go. Okay. All right, and then the next size is the pencil. Same thing, down and away. Go. Okay. And then again, the next smallest daughter. Same way that we did previously. But maybe get out some more paint. There we go. And that one, I missed one of the larger ones on. That's okay. I'll just take my pencil back up again. Dot back again with my left hand, sort of, kind of. Okay. All right, and then go back in with the smallest daughter and do the same thing with the lavender. Let go, and then all right, and then you may have noticed the pattern for these. Once this dries, we're going to come back and put back up dots in the lavender over the ones that don't already have them in their appropriate sizes. So, see you all in a couple of minutes once, well, a couple seconds for you, about half an hour for me once this dries, and we will be back at it. See you in a moment. Guys, I know I said I was going to wait for like a half an hour for these to dry and stuff, but I cheated and helped it along with a heat gun a little bit. Just a little bit. Just because I didn't want to wait. So, there you have it. Now the violet is dry, the neon is dry. And we are ready to get along with the lavender. So let's just pick up some lavender on our biggest daughter, and that goes on lovely. But I am going to need some more of it. This lavender is really great. It's a nice thick, which is good for dotting. You want a good thick paint. The thin ones don't work as well. But let's get out a little bit more of that. At least I think I remember calling it lavender. Oh, no, lilac, sorry. Called purple lilac. There we go. All right, and then just all the way along, and then switch over to the pencil and do the same thing with the next ones. Just away from the stem and down a little. Oop, that didn't end up quite round. There we go. Oh, that is the next smallest down. So let's switch over to the skewer and pick up some paint and run away with it. There we go. And there we have it. That is my dotted interpretation of foxglove. If you like this, go ahead and like it. Remember to subscribe, and I will see you all next time when I think I'm going to be filling in this background with like blacks and dark greens and maybe a little bit of yellow and orange for the trees that are coming up behind it. I wanted to do the foreground first. With the dotting, I felt like that was the best idea, but now that we've got the foxglove in place, we're going to have one more where we do all the background, and that's going to be it. See you guys all another day. Bye!